This channel supports 8-Bit Salute and Operation Supply Drop. Please help us raise money to help support our men and women in service throughout the world. Operation Supply Drop, making fun where there is none. What up, everybody? This your boy Black Magus, and Ubisoft. You've had a hell of a run ever since the announcements of the Xbox One and the PS4. I feel like that was the breaking point. Mind you, Assassin's Creed had always gotten flack. Not as much flack though when I think about it, because gee, what was the last Assassin's Creed before these consoles came out? Well, I know they had the Assassin's Creed Rogue, which was their PS3 version, but before that it was Assassin's Creed 3. So yeah, maybe it started to break a little before that. I know people started to kind of falter a bit with Revelations, but I think maybe 3. Well, no, I think 3 was the one where people were like, I don't know. 3, but it's weird because Black Flag was the one. No, Black Flag, wasn't that on PS3 too? Yeah, it was. Black Flag was like the resurgence of that series. People liked Black Flag, you know. They hated 3. Everybody hated Connor. I didn't hate Connor. I didn't think Connor was much of a character, at least personality wise. But the whole environment, the story, it had interesting bits. Execution could have been better. I did like some of the things that they put out there for the Revolutionary War, like putting out the fact that George Washington was actually a little bit of a bastard when it came to things relating to Native Americans and all that. You know, they had some interesting stuff near the end about, you know, the historical events, but yeah, the story was kind of and Connor didn't help things by just being just a mopey, like, for such a badass Native American warrior, he was kind of whiny, but yeah, the Ubisoft kind of started really losing their way with these new consoles as they came out like guns blazing, showing all these amazing trailers, talking about how great these things were. You know, they wowed us, and then as development went on, time went on, these games didn't necessarily hold up to the hype that they developed. Now, again, as playing devil's advocate and being honestly fair, a lot of that was us buying into the hype. These companies, especially during E3 is all about the hype of things, and we always seem to buy in because it's such like a big event for us as gamers. This is where we get to see all these new things, hear these big announcements, things. We geek out, we mark out like shit. So we get all bought into what they're showing us, what they're, you know, putting in our face, and then when it like finally arrives, it's not what they said it was going to be or what we felt it was going to be because we bought into the hype. Then we get angry and stuff like that. So Ubisoft, they get punished the most, I think, these days, because yeah, Watch Dogs did change from a like visual aspect, and the concept, I will say, even for me, seemed like it was going to be bigger than what it was. What it turned out to be was an Assassin's Creed-esque type game, set in more modern times. The hacking stuff and you being this guy who can hack anything and, you know, manipulate stuff, it wasn't as fleshed out as I thought it could have been. So yeah, I know the feeling too. And yeah, the Division, you know, the concepts seemed great, but it had a lot of like mechanical, technical flaws that held it back. And see, both of these games were decent, good games for the most part, but it's just certain things about them that just like brought them down from what we expected or what they probably should have been, you know. So, but that's been their history over this generation. The games that have been like, okay, we like this, but you could have did something better. You could have taken more pride in it, things like that. So Ubisoft, I think some of us are going in there with kind of, skepticism. You kind of got some skepticism. I know me, I guess I have muted interest because there are two particular properties that they've already announced that I am interested in, and that I'm hoping that they don't drop the ball on. That's Ghost Recon Wildlands and For Honor. For Honor, I would love that because we don't have that like melee combat game that kind of reminds me of Bushido Blade that I like, and I'm looking for something like that. I would love to have that style of game be executed very well. Of course, Ghost Recon has always been one of my favorite series from the time when it first started on PC. I want them to do good because I like the concept of them being sort of like DEA agents, like a special unit that go after all these drug lords and things like that in this open world. You can pick whatever mission you want to do in however order just to get to the top of the ladder, in the environment and stuff like that. I think it would be really cool, but again, the execution of games lately for them has left a lot to be desired. Beyond that, what are they going to show? Please don't do another Far Cry. For the love of God, you're milking the fuck out of that series. Far Cry is slowly but surely becoming the next Assassin's Creed for them. Mind you, if they did another Blood Dragon, I might perk up because I played the demo Blood Dragon. I kind of wish I would have bought it when I had my PS3. Blood Dragon was funny as shit. It was Far Cry. You were playing fucking Far Cry. Let's be real. It wasn't nothing new from the gameplay perspective, but the environment and the script, yeah, hell yeah. That was appealing enough. They could do that. Don't need another crew. The crew could have been so much more, but it was just, again, great concepts, Ubisoft. Your execution, god damn it, that is their biggest problem right now, the execution. And out of every software development company, including first parties, they're the most creative in my mind because they will jump out and do some random weird stuff. Like the crew, the idea that they came up with, I dug it, but the way it was put together, no. The Division, totally dig the concept behind the Division, but it didn't feel like it reached its potential to me. That's just me. And again, Assassin's Creed, I'm a fan of Assassin's Creed, but they've turned it into a technical mess. I kind of dig it because the story is just randomly wild and stupid and fucked up. But at the same time, I need the games to be, at least be enjoyable, like technically enjoyable. And the bugs that they had on Unity broke me. Now I hear the last one, and I can't think of the name of the last one, which is sad because, again, I'm an Assassin's Creed fan. But I hear that one was pretty good. But people kind of like Unity pretty much broke a lot of their fan base to where that game didn't do well sales-wise, which sucks. Because I hear, again, it was a solid game. I'm going to have to pick it up. I'm going to pick it up. Because I've had all Assassin's Creed games, and I guess I need to do it just because. But I hear it wasn't that bad of a game. But yeah. I need you not to fumble the ball on For Honor and for Wildlands, please. I expect you to have a ton of new properties to come along. I'm sure you're gonna show the new Assassin's Creed. Cool. Make sure it's a solid game, please. Watch Dogs 2, I'm kind of sitting in the middle. Again, I didn't think Watch Dogs 1 was bad, but it wasn't something that in hindsight I had to get early on. It definitely is a game that I suggest you play right now if you haven't played it, because it's old. It's not going to cost you much. It's going to fill time because it's pretty much your standard third-person adventure. Aiden Pierce is not a great character, but the characters around him are pretty cool. The environments are cool. The gameplay has some cool elements to it. So it definitely is a game that you can like pick up and play. And you can have some enjoyment, but it's not going to stand out to you. You know what I mean? But at this point, you know, you're not losing anything but time, in my opinion. You know. But yeah, I just hope Ubisoft is like, again, I think they're going to put on a great show. I think you're going to see some really interesting properties come from them. So, you know, but I guess we have to wait for the final products with them. That's the whole crux of Ubisoft right now, is that as great as their stuff looks on stage, you gotta get your hands on them. I would love it if Ubisoft were able to say something like, hey, look, we know you guys have been thinking, like, you know, well, not necessarily say this, but to do this as a way of saying, hey, look, we know you guys haven't been too keen on our games, but here's demos for these games right now. You can demo or play a beta of Ghost Recon, play a beta of For Honor, so I can get a feel, because it's going to look great. They're going to present these games great, but Ubisoft is one of, it's like, okay, let me put it this way. You know how like some studios, like say maybe Naughty Dog, you see a game, you think it looks great, you're all in because you know that lately they've been putting out really solid games, and you have no reason to think that this is going to be a game that's going to disappoint you. Right now with Ubisoft, it's going to look great to you, but then like the reality is going to slap you in the face and be like, yeah, but so did this look great to me. You know, like so did, you know, Unity, so did perhaps Watch Dogs, so did you know, maybe Rainbow Six was for some of you guys, so on. But the final product didn't do it for you. That's Ubisoft. That's where they're at now. And God help me, I have that feeling too. That's why I said I would have reserved interest, because I really do want Ghost Recon and For Honor. I really do want those to be great games, and I want to pick them up, and I want to play them, and I want to enjoy those games. But I have to say, lately, I haven't gotten that much enjoyment. I mean, at least I felt like, okay, this is cool at best for Ubisoft, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I just hope that they do right by their titles. So, but I think their presentation is going to be great. I think you're going to see some stuff that's going to pique your interest. Definitely. Anyway, as always, you guys feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Makers, and I'm out. Deuces.